Yeah. Hi, Barb. Thank you so much for sharing your story today about your healing journey. And we'll start out with just asking the simple question of what you were dealing with in your health before you came to Nutrition with Confidence. And yeah, start there.
Oh, thanks, Natalie. And I am absolutely honored to do this for you. I am beyond grateful for your help. So a little bit about me and how I got to Natalie. I went from being a vibrant, healthy person who enjoyed activities, all kinds of outdoor activities and exercise, um, to someone who was struggling just to get to work and do my everyday activities and feel good. And I had no idea what was happening with me or my body. Fortunately, I had a really good alternative care physician on my side. And when I went to see her just for a regular checkup, she started asking me what was going on. And I said, I don't feel good. I feel off. I don't have any energy. I have no idea what it is, but I am not myself. And she said, that is not you. And this is the advantage of working with someone who really knows you. And we started chatting, and she said, you did the COVID vaccines, didn't you? And I said, I did. I work in healthcare, so of course it was pushed. And she said, when was your last vaccine? And I said, I got the booster 3 months ago. And she said, and when did this all really hit you? And I said, 3 months ago. And so she said, I want to run some labs. I have a feeling you're going to be ANA positive. There's something going on. And sure enough, we got the labs back, and my inflammatory markers were really high. I did have a positive ANA. And we are attributing that to vaccine injury. And it really was starting to wreak havoc on me. And I've been through a multitude of other physical issues due to it, and I won't go into too much detail, but working with an alternative care practitioner, we tried a lot of the modalities, and I followed through with what she told me to do, and we tried some of the natural medications and a lot of different things, and nothing was making a huge difference. About I guess it was a year and a half later, I was still really struggling. And at this point, I was also gaining a lot of weight because I'd stopped exercising. I just did not feel well. And she said, I think what we need to do now is have you see a functional nutritionist. We've got to find something that works for you. And so she gave me a few names, and I ended up connecting with Natalie. And the first time we met, I was completely overwhelmed. I was excited, but overwhelmed. Here was this like wealth of information. She is so knowledgeable, and found out it was going to be a solid 2 years. And I needed to make that commitment for myself. And at that point, that day, I was like, you know what? I'm worth this. If this is the way out of this mess that I'm in, I'm going to do it. 2 years, whatever you say. And so I started on the path, and it did feel overwhelming at first, but honestly, you just take it as it comes. And I will say, Natalie is there to guide you. I met with her very regularly for the first year, and still do now. I'm a year and a half into the process, and that has been a lifesaver, just having someone to connect with, to make tweaks when things needed to be tweaked, and give guidance when guidance was needed, give reassurance when reassurance was needed. It's been an incredible journey.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I think the next question would be, since you're a year and a half in, kind of maybe what have been some gains and the biggest things that have made the difference for you with the nutrition changes?
Yeah, the gains have been monumental. My inflammatory markers are most of them are way down, and most of them are in the normal range now. I feel incredible. I just feel amazing. My energy's back. I'm exercising again. As a matter of fact, I had a friend not too long ago say to me, Barb, you look like you're aging in reverse. What in the world are you doing? And I said, well, here's what I'm doing. And yeah, it's just been, the gains have been enormous. It's worth every bit of it. And, I was just telling Natalie, it doesn't feel like I've sacrificed anything. I'm very much in a rhythm with the way that I eat now and what I need to fuel my body. And it all feels good. And it feels like everything that I need. So it's not a struggle anymore. So that's a huge gain too.
Awesome. Those are really huge gains. And yeah, the
Yeah.
inflammation markers, I just want to emphasize that it's so nice that you had all those labs and working with a functional practitioner beforehand, because you had this great baseline and you can see the improvements in the labs, and then also you feel better too, which,
Right.
but I love it when we see the lab proof too.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. So then what would you like to tell somebody? I know you kind of sprinkled in some great wisdom already, but what is one thing that you would like to tell somebody about to embark on some changes in their lifestyle and
Yeah. I think what I would say, the most important thing is to recognize your worth and know that whatever this journey is for you, you're worth it. The changes will come. I will also say buckle up, Buttercup, because it's not an easy ride. Especially I think the first 6 months, it's big changes from what, well, at least it was for me and for many of us, I'm sure, big changes from what you're used to. Um, and your body's going to resist a little bit. There are times when you feel like, oh, it's a little bit of a struggle, but that's when it's just so important to have someone there advocating for you and working with you to get you through it. But I guess the key takeaway is do not quit, do not give up, because once you get there, it's so incredible. It is so worth it to know that you can make these changes for yourself with nutrition. I mean, the other option is to go on pharmaceuticals for the rest of your life. And I certainly did not want to do that. So it is worth whatever you're going through, whatever little bit of struggles arise as you are going through the process, keep going. Just keep going, get the support you need, and keep going. It's worth it.
that's awesome. It's so true because it's a wild ride. Like you said, I love that. Buckle up, Buttercup, because it does, it feels like it. But when you are invested, like you've been, and if you don't give up, you will absolutely see results. And there are always tweaks that can be made. So, like you said, coming in and having that person, your team, to encourage you, but also help you make those tweaks wherever they needed to happen.
Right.
Um, so great
Right.
that's
And you were with me every step of the way. I mean, I never felt like I didn't have the support I needed. So yeah, it made it very doable.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Natalie. I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, thank you, Barb. It's so honoring to me to be able to walk alongside you. I'm so proud of you. It's beautiful. It's really inspiring. I love it.
Uh, well,
Any-
I'm just so grateful that our paths crossed, and you've helped guide me through this, really.
Mm. You're gonna make me cry. I always get teary on these things, but is there anything else that you would like to share? I guess.
Um, I can't think of anything else really different to say. But to know that if you are struggling, whether it's autoimmune, vaccine injury, whatever it is, recognize your worth and make the changes. And it can be done with nutrition. It absolutely can. And what a beautiful way to do it. What a gift for yourself, really.
Yeah. I have just a curious question. Did you ever get any pushback from people if you shared that it was the onset of this occurred from a vaccine injury? Or do you not share that much or talk? Have you? Yeah.
No, I do share it. I tend to have a little bit of a strong personality, so I can't say anybody really um, gave me a lot of negative feedback about it, but I did get like an occasional eye roll or, okay, hmm.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's okay because I knew what I was doing was working for me. So, and to each his own, no judgment. If,
Yeah.
there's no judgment here. It's just what has worked for me. And I do trust that it was vaccine injury. So
Yeah. I think that that key that key takeaway and recommendation advice to just step into your worth is how you can say those things and not care like what other
right.
people what it means to anybody else. It's just like this is what's true to you.
Right. And that's 100% it. What is true to you and what works for you. And it doesn't, and nothing else matters. No,
Yeah.
other people's opinions don't matter.
Mhm. Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
welcome to have theirs.
Cool. Yeah. I'm that's awesome. I love your advice to other people. It's so good.
No.